I gotta get rid of this peach first, but you know what I'm not gonna get rid of? The 365 vlog. Let's go. So hello people, today is June 2nd, 2016, day 154 of the 365 vlog. And we're gonna talk about roots. No, we are not talking about the roots in the floor. We're not talking about the roots in the sky. I don't know what kind of roots are those. We're talking about the roots in here. Well, more likely the movie that actually is playing through this whole week. It's a 5-week epic, and we're gonna get into why it is amazing and important. Roots is like this whole series that showcases like how slavery went through these characters and this overarching story, and showing how their lives play out through the whole time of slavery. Basically, to sum it down to its most basic point. So why is this movie important? This movie I think is really important because of the fact that it's showcasing a historical time in which black people were very oppressed. Now that is not to say black people are not oppressed now. However, it's showing the institution of slavery and its effects on black people through the various characters that they show throughout this 5-night series overarching story. Now, those of you who are watching this for the first time, this isn't the first time Roots has come on. It's come on before, and they've redone it for TV. And honestly, I never saw the first Roots because I was a little bit too young and I wasn't really watching the TV like that. I do remember my parents watching it, but I didn't watch it like that. So I'm watching this one. I need to go back and watch the old one, but from what I'm seeing from this one, there are a lot of points that this story makes and showcases like all of the institutional racism in the world. From light skin versus dark skin to white man superiority complex to how slaves in themselves in a mental system are kept down and utterly just beaten physically, but beaten out of their own culture to be like almost reprogrammed into this white America's culture. It's crazy because I had started watching this on Tuesday and I watched it today, and it's interesting, like the whole mindset of the movie. Everything seems so normal that slaves are just like they are. And there's one point within this movie, I'm going to call it a movie, not a series, it's just one really long movie, and you get this one point where it's just like the Christian people or church people figure out that slavery is wrong, but it doesn't meld in the minds of the people, and it's just an interesting idea, just seeing just one of those ideas play through. And another part that I loved is when Kunta was with his daughter and he was like training her and just making her so well. I was so excited, but then it just got ripped away from me when she got raped at the end of episode 2. I'm saying it's a movie and then I call it an episode. I need to make up my mind. And I honestly think that's what this series does really well, is that it gives the person who's viewing it, and I'm going to assume that a lot of people who are viewing this are people of color, give them the hope into these characters, that they build them up, and then they build them up to be great, and you fall in love with them, and then they just go right on your character and just destroy them and show that there's no hope in the system, that you are not to be part of it. There's no hope for you. There's no fairy tale ending. It's just what is going to happen because of the times. For example, at the end where Kunta's daughter got taken away, she got taken away to another place. She was badass, got away from the dudes, and eventually she ran into this man who raped her, and then they had their son George, and then, oh, I forgot. Spoilers if you didn't see it. But anyways, then they had their son George, and then George was a half, I guess he's a mulatto, whatever you would like to call him. He's a half-breed. At least that's pertinent to the time. And he was about to get freed, but he got fucked over because his massa just wanted him to play again in this chicken fights. And goddamn, did I never think a chicken fight could be so intense because I wanted someone's freedom. Nonetheless, he did not get his freedom after he had gotten it the first time and it was taken away from him. And the sad thing is, like, I think that speaks to a lot of what goes on through people of color's mind, specifically black people, is that when there is hope, that it will get taken away from you. Like this one quote that was from Blackish, and the dad was talking to everyone, and how he talked about the moment where everyone was scared that maybe they might lose Obama because he might get assassinated. and that whole mindset of just like, you can't hold on to hope because you live in a system that will not allow that to happen. They're just things that will not be allowed to happen because of the institution of slavery and white dominance. I mean, it's even interesting also that I talk about like the normalization of slavery in this series. I think that I find it interesting because while I'm watching it, everyone seems so okay with it. Granted, not everyone is actually okay with it, but it seems like it's just normal. It just is. And the characters that refute it are the interesting ones because they're a little bit more complex and you see why they refute it. And then some, you learn how they come to refute it and understand how that system is just worse. But it's even worse today because it's even more insidious. But I'll talk about this in another vlog. Maybe when it's done in the next day, I'll talk about it tomorrow and wrap up with maybe more thoughts. But definitely this is something you should watch if you have time. If you have like 10 hours, I think it's gonna be going for 5 days. So it's gonna be tomorrow and then Friday. So, well, today and Friday. So yeah, it's gonna be Thursday, Friday. I'll probably do maybe one for Friday and talk about it all in summation. Maybe I'll also talk about it with Arya. I might be with her, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. I am really enjoying the series Roots. But if you also made it to the end of this video and you like Roots and you like what I said, don't hesitate to hit the like button. And also, if it's your first time seeing my face or not, well, yeah, hit the subscribe button. And question of the day, what do you guys think of Roots so far? We're on episode 3 and 4 is going to come out today and it'll be 5. And I'm curious as to what it'll be like at the end of it all because it seems like so much time passes. I need to devote another vlog to this. I'm going to at the end of the week when it's all done and said. I'm Vandal. Don't forget to keep it 365 and I'll talk to you tomorrow with another video. Peace. Bye. So in my last vlog, one of the things I wanted to do at the start of the month was start this thing called No Junk June. That's what I'm gonna term it right now. So No Junk June is basically for the whole month of June / also July, so it'll be No Junk July.